Nearly 4 years ago, almost to the day, I bought my first supercar, the Audi R8 GT Spyder. And for those who don't know, the GT is a very special edition, stripped out, lightened, and they only made 333 of these. This is number 96. And I'm here today with my son to pick up my second supercar, and this one is very special. This is from a brand that, no matter what you say, you can't deny this is a supercar.
Another very special, very limited, stripped out, lightened version of a very special car.
And there's one little detail. This isn't being traded in. This is going to be my second supercar that I own concurrently. Both cars are staying with me. And there might be some controversy about that, but we'll get into that once we get into the showroom. And you know what I hate about certain YouTube channels where they drag the whole thing out? I think we're just going to take you straight in and show you the car. This is my new Lamborghini Gallardo Superleggera Edizione Tecnica. This is something special. So, Damani, my son, what do you think?
It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. Now, you've been doing a bit of a series with James, JM on Cars, on the channel JM and Friends about your next supercar. And there will be a rounding off where you and James go out for the first proper drive. Now, today we will be driving it back, but it is very cold. You get used to it, nice and easy. The first proper drive, talking about why this was chosen over all the other options. That will be on the JM and Friends channel. But today is about enjoying the collection and discussing what makes this so special.
And it is special. This is a very rare car. It's so rare that we don't even know how rare it is. Rumor has it that there might only be 3 of the Edizione Tecnicas in the UK. And we don't know exactly how many might be around worldwide. We're gonna go into the details about what makes the Edizione Tecnica different to the Superleggera. Before that, we'll talk about what makes the Superleggera special. And then we're going to go into the details about this specific car, because this one is extraordinarily well spec'd, including with an upgraded exhaust, which you will be hearing by the end of this video. So, the Superleggera. Damani, you are literally an encyclopedia of cars, and I know this is a car that actually has been one of your dream cars to an extent for a long time. I basically am stealing your dream cars. The GT was one of your dream cars. Yep. I stole that. And now, this. But just looking at it, you know it's not just any old Gallardo. No,
for all intents and purposes, mechanically, this is a Superleggera. There is nothing different about it mechanically. It is a bit of a plaques and stripes special, but it is very, very special. The Superleg comes with a bit more horsepower, so it's got 570 PS coming out of the naturally aspirated 5.2 litre V10. This car has got the carbon exterior that all the Superlegs came with, so the carbon wing, carbon diffuser, side skirts, and the more aggressive front bumper. And there's a lot of special things about the interior of a Superleg, but this one has an even more special interior because of the addition, so we'll get to that shortly. But it has a whole bunch of suspension changes, faster gearbox. It is just a bit more of a track-focused driver's car, very much based around the Super Trofeo series they were doing at the time. And this one happens to be spec'd with the carbon ceramic brakes as well. I have looked at a Gallardo Superleggera before, which had the steel brakes, and I nearly bought it. True story. We'll tell you that story over on the JM and Friends channel. But that particular deal fell through, and I am so glad, because this is actually the ideal car for me. Now, some of you might not like the details, the colours off the Edizione Tecnica, and I'll be honest with you, at first I didn't either. But honestly, the more I looked at it, the more I wanted it. And we're going to be making some subtle tweaks to the look in a future video. Don't give away too much, come on, give them something. Yeah, we'll make them wait. Just subscribe, make sure you subscribe. Hit the bell icon just so that you don't miss out on that. But for now, let's get into a little bit about what makes the Edizione Tecnica different to the Superleggera. just to be very clear, this is not a wrap. This is factory paint. This is a matte pearl white paint, Bianco Canopus, and a metallic orange, Arancia Argos. Absolutely beautiful finish. It's the flip of what you have on the GT. The GT has a gloss white paint with the satin carbon, and this is a matte white paint with the gloss carbon. So it's a perfect flip, and it is absolutely stunning in person.
And the previous owner happened to choose to make the Lamborghini badge on the rear of the car match the orange paint on it. I don't think the camera can really do it justice. It's a kind of reddy orange, you know, like, what's that? San Pellegrino.
Blood
drink.
orange.
Blood orange, there you go. It's a little bit like that, but still nonetheless unique. And the flake in it is,
It's amazing. Even in the metallic matte paint as well, when the light hits it right, you can see the flake underneath the matte. It is just a great finish. And the previous owner fully PPF'd the car. So we've got gloss PPF on the gloss bits, satin PPF on the satin bits, fully protected. Absolutely brilliant.
And I didn't think that I would go for this kind of finish on a car until I saw it in person. When I first came here to TF Prestige, I saw it in person and this just blew me away. Honestly, I was just like, I have to have this car.
Bit of a callback to the My Next Car series on JM and Friends. When you were testing a Lotus Exige in satin black, James thought you would love the colour, but you said that you didn't. And then you said...
I'm much more about the sort of, I don't know, glossy finish. I might have like a satin colour if it was like satin white. If only I knew at the time, because I genuinely had no idea about this car at that point in time. It came true. Now, the Superleggera interior is a bit of me. It's all Alcantara, and there were a number of carbon options available on the Superlegs, and this one has all of them. As standard, you got the carbon door cards, which are absolutely stunning, but what you didn't get was the carbon on the door pull. That wasn't there on the non-carbon interiors. This one literally has the dashboard, the center console, just about every bit of this car is dripping with carbon, including the seats. That Alcantara finish as well, honestly, that is a bit of me. The Arancia Argos stitching with the Lamborghini logos and the Superleggera logos in the seats was distinct and specific to the Edizione Tecnica. Honestly, I think I want to sleep in this car.
Right, if you've seen any of my dad's previous cars, you'll notice there's a bit of a colour scheme. White with black and carbon bits with an accent of red. On his 370Z Nismo, there's the red bits. On the GT, there's the red bits. And on this, it's an orangey red. And you cannot get this kind of spec interior on a normal Superleg. I think that was one of the things that really sold this car. It is an absolutely amazing spec, really brings a pop into this interior. Normally it's all black Alcantara with either black or white silver stitching. Some people did spec some green, some yellow, but to have all the stitching everywhere with that pop of color is amazing. And one of the other things that makes this specific car very special is there are only a few aftermarket modifications. The Capristo valved exhaust that was mentioned earlier, and also some interior things like this carbon steering wheel where it's fully Alcantara with the stitching to match, and also the extended paddles. Gallardo comes with these tiny little paddles from the factory. The paddles don't move with the steering wheel, so when you're mid-corner and you want to upshift or downshift, you've got to find this tiny little paddle. These have got these Aventador inspired full carbon fiber paddles, a product that I've been looking at since I was about 10, 11 years old. So it's really cool to see the exact thing that I've always wanted to put in a Gallardo if I got one already in this.
And another thing that's special about this car, this has the full carbon fiber engine bay trim. I mean, this looks absolutely epic. Plus, it has the LED lighting in the engine bay. Absolutely amazing. But oh, look at the carbon. It's just outrageous. Absolutely. Oh, this is incredible. I mean, what do you think?
It's just awesome to see every single, and I mean every single spec option on this car. And it even has the quite hilariously placed reversing camera. This is just a panel that they bolt on. So if you don't have the reversing camera, you've just got a blanking plate. It's not like it's a smooth panel. So it's really cool to have that. And it just looks really sleek. It kind of matches. And this isn't just a carbon skinned fiberglass or metal piece. This is fully carbon, the entire thing.
And it's surprisingly light, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it is crazy light. You can see how light it is, so.
And I do like this little detail the previous owner did, just getting that to be color coded into the car. And of course, we can't leave out the carbon splitter on the front. Now, these cars never came with a full carbon under the sort of front area here, but that front splitter piece is an optional extra. And you might notice that we've already got a number plate on the car. And if you're wondering what this means, SNT, Sports and Touring, just like all our other cars, but the Edizione Tecnica, ET, and 63 being the Lamborghini number, the year in which Lamborghini was founded. This particular car was a 2013 model year, although registered in 2014, and was a part of the 50th anniversary celebration with Lamborghini in 2013. It also has an Edizione Tecnica badge here, which again makes the car just stand out. The camera just simply cannot do it justice. Now, this car, like the R8, has an absolutely pathetic storage space in the front, but you know what? You don't buy these cars for their practicality, but this has all the Lamborghini accessories in here. It has the magnetic charger there.
And it also has the Lamborghini factory tow hook with the Michael Jackson gloves, so you can work on your car in style. But can I just say as well, this car is so special. It's got a full Lamborghini service history, and you can even just tell how much care has been taken with this car. We've looked at a couple Gallardos in this journey to find this one, and none of them have had the interior plastics be in this good condition. You know, when you look at a car and you're trying to find faults on it to try and get the price down? Didn't happen. It's just, I don't think I've ever looked at a car this clean before, secondhand. 11 years old.
Pretty
and in
amazing.
this good condition. I've seen cars come out of the factory in worse condition than this. It's amazing.
And over here is Tim of TF Prestige, sitting at his desk. He's clearly very busy right now. I think he's playing battleships or something. What is very cool about what they do here is this. Do you want to tell us a bit about the folder you have here?
The folders I like to supply with vehicles that have got ample history with them. Special cars, limited edition cars, and cars that just people want to sort of just compile all the information, invoices, things like that together for the car, keep it in one place, and just makes it nice to keep it all in one place for the owners.
It's got this lovely little plaque on the front here with the original number plate and logo of the car.
And this is very cool because this is a USB filled with a digitized version of all of this, even including the for sale YouTube video that Tim made when this was posted up for sale, which I'm pretty sure we watched about 20 times.
About 20 times.
And yeah, this book is just amazing. It has pictures of all of its services and all of the work that was done.
This one also comes with a spare steering wheel, which was the original factory wheel before the upgraded carbon fiber one went in. And Tim also has provided obviously the book with all the service history and all the manuals and the like in here. This is absolutely gorgeous. And obviously the keys, and apparently there's a present for me. Oh, look at that. That is a nice keyring. Whoa. Look at that, that's gorgeous. Now this is what you put on your keys. When you go into a bar, you put that on the table and make sure everyone can see it.
And it also has the Lamborghini trickle charger. So no off-brand stuff here.
No, with the original magnetic connector as well. So there's only two things left to do. Put all the stuff in the car, start it up, and drive it.
Now, I know you want to start it, but I want to get your reaction to the cold start, so we'll get Tim to do the first start of it.
Now, as we mentioned, this has a Capristo valved exhaust. It's got settings on a key fob, but when it starts up cold, the valves are open. So I really just wanted to get the full experience. I will be standing back. I'm just standing close just for the gearbox prep, because it makes a nice little whining sound. So if you just hit it, Tim.
Race car. The neighbours are going to absolutely love you, by the way.
I know. I mean, who wouldn't want to wake up at 6 a.m. just before I drive off on a drive with some friends with that sound? I mean, that's the perfect alarm, isn't it?
Now, Tim, I know it's cold, so don't rev it up too high, but can we get just a little tiny baby blip?
Baby rev, baby rev. Right, so let's just save the good stuff for the next video.
Can I just say,
Yeah.
you're in 2 supercars.
Oh yeah. Didn't notice that. Not bad for a kid that was homeless at the age of 18.